Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. We only have Dragon's Fire, which is not a lot of interaction. And like last game, if we had found a board sweeper at any point, like that would have been fine, but alas, we didn't. Diesel Fizzle Pop, Roger made it, good to see ya. No. We've came to an arrangement. Diesel Fizzle Pop. It's not a concern. It's not a concern. All right. Blood Sky Berserker. Likely going to be attacking as a 3/3 this turn. We'll see. It's possible we're supposed to leave up the Dragon's Fire, which is why we played the Svitrion first, was so that if we needed to, we could. But we kind of want them to commit heartily to the board so that we can be able to Ritual set the following turn. If they go crazy, then, you know. Oh, golly. I mean, they're kind of going crazy. So these are both going to be 5/5, 6, 7. They're going to hit for 12 next turn. Good lord. We can't do that, right? I mean, we really wanted the Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind here. Because we might not be able to sweep next turn if we don't. We have a lot of tap lands. If they can cast 2 more spells. Alright. We're going to get lucky. Don't worry about it. They can't cast 2 spells. And they're not going to have another pumping enchantment. So it's not a big deal. Everything's fine. See, I told you. See? I told you. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Ritual. Alright. Your go, Ishmael. Your go. John wears sock suspenders with that get out? You may never know. Alright, opponent. With Luris, and just going to cast that Mogus's Favor? No, Hateful Eidolon. Alright, well, I am going to Ritual of Soda again, I think. Oh, nice. Holy crud, that's great. Because we don't want the Hateful Eidolon to get out of control either, and it can. So, it's a Geiger. Glad you made it. Call me Ishmael? Fair enough, Ishmael. Fair enough. Hateful Eidolon number 2. Not fond of that, actually. Not fond of that at all. Femia Exiles. Hey! So here's the thing. It's quite... It's quite possible we're just supposed to go for the Ancient Copper Dragon here, or the Mirim or something. But I'm afraid they've got removal, so we're just going to Galazeth Prismari and plan on Dragon Firing so that we can actually hit with it next turn. That's a book I've never actually read, Zageiger. I've actually heard the same, which makes sense. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, right? But I've never actually read it myself. Whoa. Okay. Alright, do they just have another Ephemia? Or were they trying to get the Galazeth Prismari down low enough that they could enchant it? Alright, kill the Hateful Eidolon. Deadweight gets our Prismari. Okay. And opponent? is thinking awfully hard here. Thinking awfully hard. Goes with Mogus's favor on the zombie. All right, so here's the thing. If we just Ancient Copper Dragon, but low roll, and only get like 2 or something treasures, we lose. Or we likely lose. But considering the bar is set at 4, as long as we roll a 4 or greater, we get to cast a second dragon. I think this is worth it. Since they're tapped out, high roll me, baby. High roll me. Sign. For real? Actual 4? All right. Well, you know, whatever, man. We still get our Miram. We got the actual 4, but didn't get less than 4, so that's okay. Oh my god. Holy cow, folks. Our opponent with, is that the 3rd Hateful Eidolon? It is. Joining the party. Okay. And opponent. Pass the turn back. We have another Ancient Copper Dragon. We're going to go ahead and attack. This is for 18. GG, Ismail. GG. $250 card pile, getting it done, folks. Woo! Deck Stipulation Sunday. Every Sunday, chat gets together and puts together a nonsense list for me to play. And today, they chose 250 card dragon nonsense. So that's what we're doing. 250 card nonsense. Double blue, double black, double green, single red, single white. We do have a chromatic lantern. I'm going to keep it. All right, Zagoth's Prime, go. Yep. And life, Scaled Nurturer, go, Teclis. Go on ahead. Opponent. Whole, you know, roughly 25 million cards in hand. 1 land on the battlefield, looking for their second. And they're thinking about it. On Sliver, for Diffusion Sliver. Oh, boy. Alright, well. Chromatic Lantern. Spire's Headquarters. Join the party. Here we go. That's right, ENNC, that's right. Another Diffusion Sliver. Okay, Pop likely to be coming in handy here. These are all 2-mana creatures. I'm not sure if we're just supposed to wait for them to deploy more stuff, but I am going to go ahead and err on the side of... Typically, these Slivers lists are pretty low to the ground, have a lot of smaller things, and then they end up at something really large. So I think we're going to probably Path of Peril next turn on 2. Yes! Oh my goodness, folks, we did it. This is exactly what we were hoping for. Path of Peril. Actually, we were supposed to use that mana, but it doesn't really matter. Got him! Oh, love it. Love it. Three burr. Yeah. Not 2 burr or 4 burr. No, 3 burr. Okay, so let's start on Jatora's Proving Ground, or, I'm sorry, Throat Warbler Mangrove. This is proving ground. Shaper's Sanctuary. All right, you got me. Tiamat. And Scaled Nurturer. Catch your Triumph. Coming on down. Where's the suit? Mike, good to see ya. Somebody cashed in 150,000 channel points to get me into this getup. So, you have our good friend the Bearded Orange to thank for that. But I'm in a kilt today. You can't really see, but, you know, I'm in a kilt. Darn it. Appreciate you, Rusty Scissors. Colin. Whatever you prefer. All right. 4 life gone. But it's even and even. So I think we will shock in and just even it up, so to speak. All right. Indeed, Mike, indeed. So let's see. I guess we're gonna start on Faithless Looting here. We could have burned down the house, but just for Captain Lannery Storm feels a little bit incorrect here. Oh boy. All right. So Ancient Copper Dragon and Xander's Lounge, I think. Yes, I think so. All right. So anyway, ENNC. Many of you know I actually have 2 children. And after the second one, I ended up getting fixed, you know. But that is because my wife was actually struggling with some very, very strange contractions when she gave birth to our youngest. Shouldn't, couldn't, can't, and won't. Half the Lannery Storm producing a bunch of treasures. RTX, glad to meet it. Good to see you. All right. 40 cal. Glad you made it. Good to see you. All right, Domri, adding mana and passing the turn. You got it. Angry Control Mage, darn it, and we glad you do. We are glad you do. So let's not fool around. We're just going to burn down the house. Just burn it right to the ground. And it is true, for those of you who are familiar, this is actually a piper's hat. And no, I don't actually play the bagpipes. But considering the kilt is largely all beneath the camera, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, oh my gosh, they have another Captain Lannery Storm. Not great. Okay. Fine, Captain Lannery Storm. That's in. I did, Boulay Catcher, I did. Hey, all right. Golos. Admittedly, our opponent will be able to kill Golos. They can trade if they want. But, you know, that's okay. We're not too broken up about it. What do we get here? Probably... the... what's it called? There we go. Savitram. All right. Shouldn't really matter because we have the World Tree on board, but, you know, you never know. They could have a land destruction spell or whatever. So, well, I participate at the Highland Games after stream. Oh my gosh, I would love to. Geiger, I would love to. Oh, crud. Well, this stinks. This is egregiously odorous. We block. Opponent going to pump twice. Get rid of all their treasures. Pumps once. Looks like it. All right. I don't play the bagpipes yet, but one of these days. One of these days. All right, down to 2. Not thrilling, but presumably they've probably got like Bone Crusher Giants and stuff, so this probably isn't going to work, but if they had it in their hand, they would have done it already. So there is that. Blade Wing. The Risen. Gets back Tiamat to the battlefield. Overgrown Tomb. Oh, shoot. Is that... If you cast it. Shoot. Bullcrap. We should have gone with the Ancient Copper Dragon then. Oh, well. Yeah. Oh, man. That would be amazing. One of these days. One of these days. I'm going to learn. Nayeth of the Dire Hour. Ricardo Saint. That is fantastic. With Yorion will not trigger either. Yep, because we won't have cast it when it entered. All right, so yeah, we're going to block. You got me. They get a draw. Not thrilled about it, but it is what it is. All right. Because it's harder to hit a moving target. Yeah, makes sense to me. Orb of Dragonkind, get cracked. Get a Scaled Nurturer? Wow, that was not the one. Folks, that was not the one we were looking for. But Dragon's Horde. Scaled Nurturer. Put a counter on the Dragon's Horde. I think we are going to hold on to the Ravagran Triumph just because it does cycle, you know? Missed the opportunity to shock ourselves to death. That's true. Scaled Nurturer, though, it actually can get us out of trouble if we draw dragons to cast. Yeah, indeed, Heavy Metal Dragon. One of these days. One of these days. My wife actually planned to get me that for Christmas. Not this past Christmas, the Christmas before. But it, like, didn't work for some reason. And I don't know why. So, I can't even explain why. Alright. Well, not ideal. Charlie Trotter, glad you made it, my friend. Good evening to you as well. Well, these things are unfortunate. We block, block. Yep, we were really hoping the Scaled Nurturer might gain us some life here. It is not gaining us any life here. And Delana, Wild Mage, showing up. Draw us a card, please. Okay. Ancient Copper Dragon? Yeah, it's definitely this, because then we still draw a card, right? And we get Ancient Copper Dragon. Take the action. Put a counter on. I think we are going to play our land since we've got cards to draw and we have the Tiamat ready to go. We need our opponent to roll poorly because we've only got enough blockers for one extra. Christmas, good to see ya. Been kilting it. I see what you did there. All right. Oh no, they're all legendary. Aha. Yes. Oh, except it's not legendary. Okay, so that's still... As long as they don't hit... Well, no. Okay, they're hovering our creatures. Don't do it! No! So we're dead? Is this... Do we die now? I think we die because there's no critical failure, right? You always get at least one? They hit the natural 20! Oh my gosh. Alright, well, we were dead anyway, I guess. Didn't really matter. Yep. Didn't really matter. All right, so block, block. GG, opponent, GG. You got us. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even mad. That was definitely a sweet way to lose the game. I wish we had known about the Tiamat thing. That's a problem. Like, we have access to all the information in the world these days, right? It's the things you think you know that are the problems. Why bother to look it up if you already know the answer, right? Oh, crud. So we don't have any red sources yet, and our opponent's on elves. That's just absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. We do have 2 board sweepers, though, so as long as we do draw into red lands, we could be okay. Primaru, good to see ya. Paradise Druid, eh? Alright, well, fine. Hey, there's one. There's one. Alright, so we're gonna start here because we have turns, 2 turns before we would even be able to play one anyway. So we would just, you know, if we draw one, we draw one. If we not, we not, right? It is what it is. Alright, so Orb. Pass. Pray? Our opponent's stuck on lands, which is very good. Admittedly, they have the Elvish Archdruid and the Paradise Druid, so they actually have access to 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Not great, but, you know, is what it is. We need an untapped red source this turn, in the worst kind of way. That would be very, very important indeed. An Allosaurus Shepherd as well. Opponent draws a card. Well, all of these things are bad. Untapped red source, please. Untapped red source, please. Untapped red source. Please! Yes! Alright. And we get to Wrath Stormily. Feels good, man. Never didn't have it. Those who can extrapolate from incomplete data? Indeed. So, okay. Let's Scaled Nurturer. It gets a 1/1 counter and hexproof until next turn. And Scaled Nurturer again. Though, admittedly, no hexproof or counter. Elvish Warmaster. Alright. Well, that's not particularly thrilling. Oh, boy. Well, that's not bad, though. So let's just go ahead and gain some life, give it a counter, give it some hexproof. Aquabell. Oh, got him. We got him. Yeah, well, that's true, Zakaiger. That's true. I have that stupid calculator by my side all day long, all the time. Drives me crazy. There was a time that was not a thing, you know? Professor, is it Zlee or just XLI? Either way, Professor. Thank you very much for that follow. Glad to have you. All right. That's right, Paksham. That's right. Glad you made it, my friend. That is right. All right, folks. Looking for another match. Seeing if we can find one. Don't mind if I do. Exley. That makes sense. All right. Well, darn it, Professor Exley. Thank you. Glad you're here. I mean, okay. This seems great, actually. Sure. It's similar for me on Pummeler. That's just the way it's been for decades now. Well, over a decade, I should say. It's not been that way. Hasn't been 20 years yet. Though it keeps getting disturbingly closer to 20 years every year, and I don't like that. Actually, I think that it feels quite bad, you know, because I believe I created this in 2000. It could have been late 2004, but I'm gonna say 2005 because that makes me feel better. But the problem is, like, 2025 is just not that far away, and I don't like that, you know? All right, well, Chandra Acolyte of Flame, going to be a problem. So I think, though, believe it or not, we're just going to go with the Orb of Dragonkind here. As much as I would love to deploy a Galazeth Prismari, I think our opponent's just going to kill it. They have 6 cards in hand. The Chandra definitely says they're probably doing sacrifice stuff, but a lot of those sacrifice lists obviously have hard removal. So if we do this, then we give it hexproof for 1 full turn, and that is kind of a big game. So, you know. Was math discovered or created? It definitely discovered. Chronically Ill. Had to be. Like, that's, like, there's, because just the way the universe is together, like, it's like, math exists whether we know about it or not. Right? Now, that's, you know, whatever on the rest of that, but I'm just saying, like, just because we didn't know about Bernoulli's principle or whatever, doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Right? So. Cats or dogs? Great question, Professor. But I'm not sure on the answer, because I think they both serve very important purposes to humanity as a whole, right? They've got... You have got to be kidding. For real? It used the orb to activate the Orb of Dragonkind, rather than giving it a 1/1 counter and hexproof. Thank you, Auto Tapper. That was really kind. Really kind. Okay. That is brutal. We just should have run it out last turn, I guess. Math's how we understand the universe, its own language. Yeah, I agree, Catcher. Yeah. And that's exactly the way I look at it as well. You know, whether or not we know about it is irrelevant. Like, 1 + 1 is always 2, right? Unless you get all crazy. I've seen the internet meme, but I'm just saying, like, the reality is there. 1 + 1 is always 2. So... If we encountered an alien species or whatever, like, they would have that intrinsic understanding as well. We're doing this right now because, darn it, our life total is just not high enough to fool around with, and the Chandra is going to cause us problems, so, you know, it is what it is. 9 + 10, well, definitely 19, but there's probably also another answer, you know, because, like, I'm not great at math. It is what it is. But, you know, so, like, to your question originally, Professor, like, what's better, cats or dogs? Like, keeping rodents out of the grain and stuff, cats are great. If you don't have a grain bin, so you're just like a random dude with a cat or with an animal, I think dogs are truly awesome creatures. But, like, it's, you know, it's different or whatever, right? Because they serve different purposes. But if you're talking about them as individual creatures, that's also a little bit different because... No! Fine. Inconvenient. This Chandra continues to be a problem. And we are also still not drawing lands. Odds. Oh, yeah, the meme. 21. That's right. I thought there was something going on there. You know, the whole... I felt like there was something going on over my head. But I actually know the meme, so I should have known, but... Yeah. Yeah. Indeed, Great God, indeed. Alright, so unfortunately... We are being brutalized here. We're actually staring down lethal, and there just isn't anything I can do about it. So. Yeah, no. Alright. You got me, Orion. Those were not great draws. Those were not great draws at all. But alas, the Planeswalker's problematic. I can't help but wonder, folks, if we had gotten the 1/1 counter, if that game might have been differently, or what might have went differently, because we did have Chandra able to be killed at one point, down to 1 loyalty, if we hadn't, you know, or if we had the 1/1 counter. So auto tapper possibly costing us the game there. It's also possible it just wouldn't have mattered, you know. But unfortunate. Uh-oh, Kaiser. Wait a minute. Is this not our Kaiser emotion? Oh. Sure. Alright, Jatora's Proving Ground. Join the party. Yeah. Well, Llanowar's not ideal. Fearsome Whelp, though, that's a good one. So it gets in. We would like to be able to cultivate next turn, but there's a good chance that we won't be able to. Yeah, in fact, not. So red, white, black. So we need white. Spara's headquarters. I think we will trade with Llanowar if presented the opportunity. This not Vold Slumber Mound is terrifying. I think they're going to be doing land destruction stuff. Yeah. Not great, folks. Not great at all, especially when we're on all tapped lands. Opponent doing a little scrying. Never a good thing. Especially not when they're on the play. Llanowar Elves on the play means they have access to 4 mana. So even if we make every land drop, we're already way behind, right? But, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Scaled Nurture is actually a really, really good draw here, giving us access to some additional mana. Very, very good. So now our opponent may be forced with to come up with a decision of like, do you get rid of the Fearsome Whelp or the Scaled Nurture or a land, or, you know, and that would be good. Dual scrying or double? Great question. I'm not sure. All right, Creeping Mold, not ideal. Oh, I have no idea. I never know what she's up to, you know? Yeah, we're gonna do this. And attack. Gonna get rid of that Llanowar Elves there. It's quite possible I was supposed to cultivate. But this also sets them back a little bit. They're missing land drops as well. And unless they can draw or destroy 2 lands, we can still cultivate next turn. Yep. And we now have a Glorybringer in play, right? Hey, that's a good one. Cultivate. So a red and a white. Yep. And Fearsome Whelp, get in there. All right, Kaiser, down to 12. All right. Be a shame if something were to happen to it. Burn down the house. Not great. Oh, boy, that's a good one, though. Do we just Sarkin here? Because it can reduce the cost of our dragons as well? Nah, I think we'd rather just get in 4 more points of damage, because then, like, we don't have to exert it this turn, right? So then next turn, we're just hitting them down again. So if they did have... Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, if they do have a way of, you know, handling it, they've got to do it this turn, right? So now, Sarkin, go up. Shiv and Dragon, go into hand. All right. Opponent has a Llanowar Elves. Inconvenient, but acceptable. Let's Kalia, see what we draw. Nothing. All right. Then let's kill a Llanowar. Just keep them off the Not Bold, but also off of whatever that name of that card is. Waking the Trolls. That was the card we were trying to keep them off of, actually. I'm going to kill our Zagoth Triumph. Not surprising. Oh boy, there's a Tiamat. Good heavens. We are just going to go ahead and Shivan Dragon, though. Because this is lethal all on its own. They don't need to do other things, right? So they've got to be able to sweep the board here. Already used 2 Burn Down the House. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you put cards in your deck, you'll draw them sometimes. So they could have another Burn Down the House. And that does get our Sarkhan as well. But sure enough, Kaiser, destroying about 35 of our lands. 1, 2, 3. Just 3? Is that really it? Felt like about 35. Rebel Reading, Creeping Mold, Stone Rain. I guess then they started burning down the house and stuff, so they were killing off our mana sources, so it felt like losing our lands. But all right, whatever. Got there. GG. Oh, 4, because they also got one with Awakening the Trolls. Good call. Yeah. GG, opponent. GG. Like to see Sarkhan the Mad get printed in Arena. Yes. Oh boy, for real, Primario. That'd be great. I'd love that. All right, Jamalale, glad you made it. How has your day been? Camel of the Night. We're gonna keep it. Spars headquarters, come on down. And a Mountain. Just kick the can down the road. Represent removal we don't have. All that kind of thing. All right. Opponent has Voltaic. Oh, crud. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah. That's not ideal. Sign of the Ur Dragon Commander deck. Kind of outdated, but still awesome. Oh, boy. Yeah. Sign of the Ur Dragon is a sweet, sweet commander for sure. Yeah, well, I think we're just going to cultivate. Not strictly thrilled about this, but it does get us ahead a little farther, right? So I think we're going to go for black. And green. Actually, maybe it was better to go with blue there. My initial thought was we'll just get the blue with the Temple of the Dragon Queen. But we've already got 1 green, and we're going to have a 2nd green, so this is technically a 3rd green. This is really kind of superfluous. We probably should have gone with the blue. Well, Majokan, Ugin's a Planeswalker. You know? Doesn't have Dragon in a type line. You know? Symbrum has Colossus. Ouch. Down to 8. Not thrilled about that, let me tell you. So, Kalia, Zenith Seeker, join the party. Ancient Brass Dragon, don't mind if I do. Give me that thing. Come on down. Scaled Nurturer, you too. Join the party. All right, Symbrum, what you got? No energy. But we're at 8 life. They don't need a lot. Harness Lightning. Gives them some energy. Gotta spend all of it. Creature goes away. Voltaic Brawler. Coming in is... You got me. Down to 5. Not thrilled about it, but it is what it is. So, Rockfall Veil. Ancient Copper Dragon. Gain a couple of life. Yep. All right. What do you say, Symbrum? What do you say? I mean, we're going to block this turn, I think. This much mana, it's very possible they can mess us up. Even though it's likely also a trap, we've just got endless amounts of action. You got me. Because, like, there's just too many ways we die here, right? Blossoming Defense. Blossoming Defense. What? Wow. All right. I don't know why they spent the second Blossoming Defense there. That was questionable. Well, Tiamat. Up to 9. That's a real good blocker, folks. A real good blocker. Earthquake Dragon, Silver Dragon, Ancient Gold Dragon, Ancient Bronze Dragon. Oh, Mirim. Not the Bronze Dragon, then. Let's get the Blade Wing, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. Reveal a dragon card. Decline. Discard 2 cards. That one. And that one. Alright, your go, Symbrom. Your go. Bladewing can get back our Ancient Copper Dragon. What do you say? We're only at 9, but we're at 9. You know, that's not a lot of health, but that's quite a bit of life, you know? Actually, it was better to discard Mirim, wasn't it? Because then we get Bladewing and Mirim next turn if we go for Bladewing. The only card I really wanted was the Ancient Copper Dragon anyway. But Mirim is also really, really sick. You know? Symbrom, they're in a bit of a pickle here. They're probably they very well may even have Embercleave. And they're trying to line up ways of not dying this turn so that they can deploy it. Not quite sure. All right. So we actually can't Bladewing. We don't have double black yet, somehow. All right, well, fine. I guess we're going to do Ancient Gold Dragon then. Go up to 11. And then just Earthquake Dragon. All right, Symbrom. Yeah, we could have Mirimed. Because then we get 2 Earthquake Dragons. So maybe actually having the Force Body was better. I just don't really want to block with the Mirim. Right? And we're going to throw everybody in front of stuff this time. Right? Opponent shocks in. Garruk Unleashed. I mean, I'm blocking everything. Yep. I mean, if they pass the turn back, I'm just going to attack them for lethal. So there's that. And they don't have red for Embercleave. All right. Block, block, block. You got me. What have you got? Blossoming Defense. Gotcha. I think our opponent's playing Pummeler, folks. Mad respect. Mad respect, Symbrom. GG, opponent. GG. The ATAR, glad you made it. Good to see ya. That's true, Great got him. Admittedly, the second black that we were missing was really annoying. I mean, I'm keeping this. 100% keeping this. Zagoth Triumph into Fearsome Wall. Don't mind if I do. Esper Sentinel. All right. You got me. Fearsome Whelp. Taste my breath. Guillermo Bola plays a second land. I hope nobody is, Zeus, because this deck is not designed to break the meta, you know? That's not what this one's here for. Oh boy. Well, that's a real good one right there, folks. That's a real good one. All right. I mean, that's fair to say no to. That's, you know, it's fair. Yep. Dragons are being discounted. And unless they spend, if they spend a removal spell on our Fearsome Whelp, we're actually thrilled about that. But unless they do, these will get one more discount, which is kind of nice. All right. Yes. We should definitely do combat first. Ritual of Soot. All right. Your go. You are too, Gemini, and I'm glad you're out there. All right. Heliod showing up. Is it just Sarkhan here, probably? Because then they won't know the Glorybringer's coming. Yeah, I think so. Let's do that. We are going to go up again, discounting our dragons even further. Sarlhan? Yeah, that's right. That is right. Giving us Shivan Dragons. I love the card Shivan Dragon. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. This is great. This is great. Now, it does get a Divine Shield counter, which is unfortunate. Voice of the Blessed? Had to be two... It had to be 2 pips, folks. Otherwise, the Heliod would not be online. That is a little tilting. Alas, it is what it is. Chromatic Lantern. Sure. Exert. Hitting the Voice Blast. Elspeth Resplendent, leaving. Heliod back down to 3. Okay. All right. Does Perpetual reduce the mana cost value of the card? Yes. So yes, it permanently costs 3 less. So it's going to cost 7 total right now. All right, Griffinary does the thing. And Trelasara does the thing. Oh my goodness. For real? Okay. Okay. All right. Our opponent is kind of living the dream over there. You got to be envious of that. Down to 7. Not excited. Yep. Counters, counters, counters. And scries to the bottom. All right. So I guess we've got to reveal a dragon card. Earthquake Dragon. And Yorion. Get back a blocker. And Guillermo Bola. What do you say? It really does not stay still. Very annoying card. So the fact that Earthquake Dragon can keep coming back to our hand is kind of nice. No, Banishing Light. That's really annoying. It is not enough devotion for Heliod to come back, though. They absolutely need to take Glorybringer here. Yeah, that's the correct play, for sure. Because they've already seen the Earthquake Dragon too, right? I mean, I'll block. Opponent, I will 100% block. All right. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, my word, folks. So we're very close. We're 1 mana away. 1 mana is not castable, though. All right, Guillermo Bola, I need you to whiff a little bit here. Please, 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 please. Just a little bit of whiffing. Just for a hot minute. Okay, maybe. Oh my goodness. All right, untap land. Untap land. Deck, please. Not an untapped land, but it is a land. I'm gonna play it. Yes, I know we could cycle it away, but then we can't cast our cards anyway. I'm just gonna play it. Please, please, please. Just... Okay. All right, these things are not terrible. Opponent gonna suicide in a 1/1, right? Give it lifelink. Okay, these things are fine. We are not upset with these things. Yes. All right, yes, block. Don't mind if I do. Yep, opponent goes 23. These things are fine. Yep. Gain your life. Put your counter on, put your counter on. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Scry. That very YOLO guy, glad you made it. I think they would have used it. We were stonewalling them pretty hard. Ancient Silver Dragon. No attacks. We're not afraid of just suiciding the Orion, just chump blocking, if we need to. Please, folks. Please. I want this so bad. Opponent. Lifelinking up the Trelasara. Lifelinking up the 1/1. They've got a way to give them all indestructible. Right? Why lifelink up the Trelasara then? Why? They must have thought better of the attack and just changed their mind afterward. Folks, oh my goodness. Please. 20. Just all I'm asking for is a natural 20. That's not a lot, right? This is a just cause. This had better not be Settle the Wreckage. I'll be so sad. Okay, yes. 20, 20, 20, 20. 18! I'll take it! Okay. So land. Holy crud. All right, so I guess it's Ancient Bronze Dragon and 0 cost. And is it the Jade Orb or the... Yeah, it's the Jade Orb, right? Actually, that was wrong. We were supposed to cast it the other way around because I was going to cast the Chromatic Lantern, but we've already got a Chromatic Lantern. So that was kind of a punt, I think. Let's just go with Orb of Dragonkind and then plan to crack it. That was a punt, I think, actually. Not that it matters. I don't think it should matter here, but that was definitely the incorrect way to go about it, I think. To draw them. That's right. Just some noter. That's right. All right. Opponent, Castle Ardenvale. Sure, you got it. You got it. We are not even a little bit sad about that. So I am worried, folks, about our opponent having... Oh, thank heavens. The last card be Settle the Wreckage, right? Because the last 2 turns, they were on like 4 mana, mysteriously or whatever. It's like, you know, There's no way they'd let us draw that many cards if they had it.